Hi everyone, it's Daphne and you're very welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for coming to spend some time with me today. I thought that today I'm running out to just do a few errands and I wanted to do a quick makeup, so I thought why not do it on camera, and just because I have a couple of new MAC shadows that I bought yesterday for my customizable palette, and as I was kind of getting ready I realized actually, you know, I have a good few MAC products that I can use, so it's kind of a MAC inspired look. And as you know, if you've been watching me for any length of time, I have been building up my MAC customizable palette, and that's it there. There's only 2 spaces left on this side, and then I can work on the other side. But I bought 2 new colours yesterday because they're only €7. I bought, let me just pop them out. I bought, this one is called Malt, which is a beautiful kind of creamy, taupey. It's just a lovely base color, I think. It's called Malt, and this one is called, that's the wrong one. This one is called Espresso, and it's a darker brown. So I just thought I would add those to my collection, and yes, I do tend to go for kind of neutrals in those shades. So I'm going to just crack on because I'm going to do this quickly. Okay, I have my skincare done. So I'm going to prime today with the Becca Backlight Primer. I have a mirror here in front of me, and I can use my viewfinder as well. Okay, so I'm just going to pat that in. Actually, I had a little bit of mascara and my brows done this morning before I went to do the school run, because I literally, with my hair being so white, I can't go out without something on my face. So that's what I put on this morning. So that's my Becca. And I was wondering, I was going to use a particular foundation, and then I realized, no, I actually have a sample of MAC Face and Body, and it's in the color N1. It's just a little sample, and MAC are very good at giving samples. So I'm going to use this for my foundation. Just going to dot it on my face like that. And actually I find those samples are great if you just want to try something, you just want to try out a foundation. But also, and I've done this, I have actually done this, if you're going to a special event like a wedding or a particular party or something like that, and you wanted to use maybe a luxury high-end foundation, get a sample. I've done that for a wedding and it worked out perfectly. Once you try it, make sure that it works on your skin and the colour is right. You usually get enough in a sample to do a couple of days, and that's what I did before last year when I was going to a wedding. Anyway, I'm going to buff this in with my Sephora, what number is it? Pro Core Diffuser number 94. So I'm just going to buff it in. Now, Face and Body doesn't give a lot of coverage. It's a light foundation. So, and you can, as it says, you can use it on your body as well. And because this is a kind of an everyday look, you don't want anything too heavy. But as you can see, it's kind of evening out my skin tone. I will pop a little bit more on because it is so, because it's quite light. I'll just pop some on my hand like that, and I'll use my brush. I love this Sephora brush for applying foundation. I find it really gives a lovely coverage. It gives you a lovely even coverage, and it's not too heavy, but you still have the coverage. I really, really like it. So just buff it in. Now, not all the products I have are MAC, but a lot of the main ones are. So that's the MAC Face and Body. Now I'm going to color correct with my NYX color corrector. Just pop it on with my finger because I have dark circles under my eyes. Sometimes they're worse than others. Not too bad today, but I need to correct them anyway. I'll just pop that on with my finger. Now, sometimes I get away without having to use a concealer, but just for today's purpose, I will use a concealer. And I bought last week the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, and it is in the colour C3. And this is supposed to be very like Shape Tape. It has that lovely big doe foot applicator. So I'm just going to pop that on. And I have a new brush that I've been using. I spoke about this in, I think, in my favourites. It's the Zoeva Concealer Buffing Brush. It's number 142. It's just a lovely little flat brush. It's quite dense, but it's lovely and soft. And this is really good for buffing out that corrector, but also the concealer. And I have one little dot there on my chin. Just residue from a spot. Now, I don't have a MAC powder. How am I doing for time? 5 minutes. I don't have a MAC powder, so I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me, and it's in the colour Natural Ivory. And I'm just going to use my Primark. It's the Tapered Blush Brush 101. I love these brushes, actually. I have one for powder and one for blush. So I'm not going to make it too heavy, just bring it down a little bit onto my neck. And I'm kind of setting under my under eye as well with that, because it's easy, because it's tapered. You can see it's easy enough to get in there. But I have another little brush that I mentioned as well in my favourites, and it is another PS brush. It's the Kabuki Brush 101. I don't know if they all have the same numbers, so I don't know. That must be just the range 101. But I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me again, just to kind of buff that out with a little bit of powder. And there we go. Now I've left my brow product, but I have my brows done from this morning, so they might actually be okay. Okay, I'm going to prime with my MAC Soft Ochre, which is one of my product use-ups, and I'm getting way down into it. I'm just going to prime with that, just to give my lids a little bit more, give the shadows a bit more staying power. I do like the paint pots as primers. Now, I'm going to go in with, where's my brushes? I'm going to go in with Malt, which is this one here, on all over my lid. Quite powdery, actually. So just all over my lid. It's not too creamy actually on the lid. I hadn't tried it until now, so you're getting a first impression. And I think sometimes when you swatch them, even on the tips of your fingers, they can come out a different colour. But it's a nice kind of dark cream browny shade, as you can see. You could use it as a crease colour either. So that was a MAC brush, a flat shadow brush. And then my MAC 217, I'm going to go in with Quarry. I'll just show you there. That's Malt, which is on my lid, and this one is Quarry, which I'm going in with. That's not a new one now, that's one I had before. So just into the crease with this. And you know what? You wouldn't need to have MAC shadows to do this look with. Any neutral palette would carry shades very similar to this. Wet n Wild, Maybelline, Rimmel, Catrice. I'm trying to think of what other. So that's Quarry in the shade, in the crease. It's Monday. How's your weekend been? Now I'm going to take this just slightly under my lower lid. I'm going to go in with Quarry again. Just to give a bit of definition to my under my lower lid. Now I'm going to go in with Espresso, which is the dark brown that I purchased. This one here, lovely dark brown. And I'm going to use the same brush because the other color was a lighter shade. Always a bit nervous going in with the darker colors, but it's just to define my outer V and my crease ever so slightly. Hope you can see that there. It's an everyday look, so it's not, I don't want it to be too heavy. And how am I doing? 10. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking these colors. Very wearable. You could use them for lots of different things, lots of different occasions. You could make them more dramatic. Okay, so I'm going to go in again with Espresso just under my lower lid for a little bit of definition. I don't know why I always open my mouth when I'm doing shadows like this, or sometimes when I'm doing mascara. Okay, I'm going to go in with a very tapered brush. It's a MAC brush as well, and again with Espresso. And I'm going to line my lid. And take it out into a little wing. I just like a wing. I hope you can see that. And I'll join up the bottom lid with that. And it's, you know, you can have that line on your lid as thin or as thick as you would like it to be. And you can smoke it out with a soft brush. It just gives the eyes a little bit more definition, a little bit more drama, and I just like that effect. It makes them look a little bit more awake. And it is Monday after all. And just pull that out as your wing. That look the same on both sides, maybe ever so slightly. It could be the way the lighting is. It could be ever so slightly darker. Let me see. This side needs deepening up. And you'll notice I'm pulling it out a little bit this way, just to give the eye a bit more drama, even though it is a Monday. Why not have drama on a Monday? I'm going to put a little tiny bit of highlighter on, and this one is, let me just check the name. Whoops, this one is Shroom. It's a lovely kind of champagne-y colour. It does have a little bit of sparkle in it, but it's not very much. So I'm going to pop a little of that on, actually I'm going to do it with my finger, just on my lid, centre of my lid, just to give a little pop. Hope you can see that. And then a little on my brow bone. How am I doing for time? 13. Now, fluffy brush, just a PS one, and blend it all. I hope that you don't think that my eye looks are all very similar. They do actually look quite different in real life. It's just sometimes on camera I think the colours can pull the same, even though they're different brands and different tones. Okay, I'm going to use a Sephora. It's the, oh, what is it? Waterproof eye contour pencil. I'm nearly out of it, and I'm just going to line under the waterline on my upper lid. And again, it's just for a little bit of extra definition. Take it down into the corner as well. And where I put the lid, then I'm going, I don't have a MAC mascara, so I'm going to use my Rimmel Wonder Wings mascara, which I am loving. Okay, I'm going to pop you down there. Don't fall. It wants to roll. Okay. I love this. I'm going to use the curved side first. And the formula is beginning to dry a little bit because I used it in one or two of my other videos for Get Ready, and it was still very new and quite wet, so it was inclined to smudge a little bit, just, you know, tipping my upper lids. But I love the effect. So the idea is just to let it dry a bit before you kind of close your eyes or open them too much. I really like it. I will repurchase. I just may not repurchase immediately because I'm just dying to try other mascaras. And because mascara, you know, goes, you don't use it after 3 months, it's easy enough to kind of justify buying new mascaras quite regularly. And I tend to stick with the drugstore because I find them as good as the higher end. And because I do feel that because it's something you have to replace regularly, I feel I'd rather save my pennies for other products that I'm going to keep for longer. You do have to be careful that it doesn't clump. It's clumping a little bit there, but easy enough to fix. Bottom lashes. I always do my bottom lashes. And then I'm going to use this curved side, you can see it there, to pull out my side, the lashes at the side. Oops, I just touched my eye. And you just pull them. And I think it just adds a little bit of drama. Have I smudged? No. No, not too bad. So that's, oh wow, we're on 17. Okay, very quickly. This is MAC, I think it's Spice. No, it's MAC Dervish liner. Oh, I haven't done my blush. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to pause and do my blush. No, I won't because it's MAC. Now I'm rambling. Okay, I'm going to use MAC Harmony as a contour, just for a little contour. And don't worry, I will blend it in, and then I'm going to use Melba for my blush. MAC blushes just last and last and last. And the same little, it's a different PS brush, but that one there, and that's Melba. She looks very dramatic on the brush, but it does give a nice little pop of colour to the cheeks. Actually, that's coming off really orange on camera, and it's not in reality, it's not. So I'm going to blend it out. Actually, I'll use this little kabuki brush that has a bit of powder on it. So you can see that blends it in nicely. Does it look the same? A bit more up on this side. Okay, now in with Dervish. 19. And then in with, this is called Fast Play, it's MAC as well. Lovely shade, and I think it's a luster or cream sheen. So I'm going to pause and fix my hair, and I'll be back in a sec. So I'm back. I've just fixed my hair in a very low set messy bun. Hope you can see that, and pulled out little pieces at the side. Bit of hairspray, and yeah, it's actually quite a nice day. Oops. It's quite a nice day here, and the temperatures are about 12 degrees Celsius, which is very, very mild for this time of the year, and so we'll take it. We won't complain. So I hope you've enjoyed that look, and comments and questions below. It is all mainly, well, it's mainly MAC inspired, but you don't have to use MAC products to get a look like this. You know, as I say, any neutral shades will create a look like this. So as I say, comments and questions below. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, maybe you'd hit the subscribe button and join our little family here. And I will talk to you very soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.